Hey everyone, and welcome to Academy of Mine. Today we're going to learn how to customize the learner dashboard to add pages and menus which by default do not exist. For example, maybe you want learners in a course to have access to different resources and handouts without requiring them to go through a formal course. So, when learners log into the platform, if they need help with something, they don't have to dig deep into the platform to get it. When you customize student dashboards, you can create pages that serve whatever purpose. For example, maybe you need an FAQ page or want to welcome students who are new to the class. Custom pages can include videos, text, links, custom code, downloadable PDFs, and more. Customizing learner dashboards is also a great way to personalize the learning experience per classroom by adding helpful content and information that may not be required for course completion, but it is available for when learners desire more info or need help with something while enrolled in a course. First things first, we need to create a page. So in the admin dashboard, go to Pages and Menus, Pages, and then Create Page. You can name the page and adjust the page layout if you want, but let's focus on actually building the page and filling it up with some content first. Basically, at the top you have a section, and you could have multiple sections. Inside of the sections are rows, and then inside of the rows are blocks, which essentially contain the information and content you desire. Rows are just the way that the content is structured and organized on your page. For example, right now I'm using 2 rows, but I could switch this to 4 rows if I really wanted to add more content and make it a bit of a more complex page. Now that you understand the basic principles of how this page builder works, let's actually take a look at a simple resources and handouts page that I created recently. Alright, so inside of this page you can see that I went for the basic 2-row setup, and as for the rows on the right with only 2 blocks, the top one is just an image and the second one is a YouTube video I embedded. Now here's how the page actually looks to reflect, what these sections, rows, and blocks are actually doing. It's the same resources page I was displaying in the intro of this video, but as you can see, here's the picture and here's the video. The YouTube video was embedded with a link, but you could also direct upload or use a different provider to embed a link like Vimeo. Now let's check out this text module. Inside of here, you can adjust the headers and paragraph text with this dropdown, similar to WordPress, or you can manually adjust text using this pixel size. And of course, you can do other common text editor stuff like bold, hyperlink, italicize, adjust text color, indent, create numbered lists or bullets, and more. And as you can see, there's actually 2 text blocks stacked on top of each other before the buttons. And the top one really has a header and text, and the bottom one is just a header before these buttons. And as you can see on the front end, that looks like this. If I wanted to make a copy and duplicate any of these text blocks, I can do that by clicking the clone button right here, and then a new one generates below. And of course, I could also drag and drop these to rearrange the text blocks in a different way. Of course, I could also create a new text block here. Now let's take a look at these buttons. As you can see on the front end, all 3 of these are different buttons, and if I click them, they either take me to a PDF download or a website. And so with button text, you can customize how the button's going to read. You can adjust the URL. You can let the system know if you want the URL to open in a new window or not. You can adjust the font size, text color, and the actual background color, which is the color of the button. Another important feature to note with any blocks is if you double click them like you would normally make adjustments and you click the design tab, you can actually edit things like the spacing between blocks, the alignment, if it's actually displayed in the middle of the page, to the right, to the left, and the border of the block, and all of these things alter how the block is going to be displayed and where it's going to be displayed on the page. Of course, depending on your purpose for this page, you could use different blocks as well, like a checkout page, a product listing, and you could even write custom code if you wanted. Once your page is complete, just save it, and now we can actually create a menu so that students can click on this page inside of their dashboard while e-learning. So to create a menu, first just click Menus under here. Then let's change the menu location to Student Dashboard. And under this navigation label, let's name this Extra Resources. This is what the menu button is actually going to display as. And keep the option as predefined page because we want this button to navigate learners to the page we just created. And now under Select Page, we're going to select whatever we titled the page we were just creating for a couple minutes. Next, click Add Menu Item, and now you can see it over here. Of course, if you wanted to change the order of these, the order you're seeing right now is the way that these buttons would be displayed on the dashboard for learners. So if you wanted resources at the top, you could drag and drop and rearrange these however you would like. Once you're happy with that, click Save. Now, when I log in as a student and I go down on my dashboard, I can see the resources page that was just created for me, and I can click on it and take advantage of it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you can improve the learning experience for your employees, customers, and partners enrolled in the LMS with this.